the question that we've been asked is, how do we change all my dates for my transactions? Now for this, I'm going to put two transactions. I'm going to put an expense which is an office expense and show you how to do that, and also I'm going to do a client expense. Let me first do an office expense. So to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the action button, expense, office expense. Let's say this is a rent. We say rent for January. Let's say it is $700, and you calculate the tax, and then you put it under your whatever general account that you're playing. In this case, let me say it's CIBC, and you put the check number and you hit the submit button. Now, obviously, to see that, you need to go to chart of accounts, asset bank, CIBC, and you will see that $700 right there. Anytime you want to modify this, you click on the dollar amount and you can change. Like for example, you want to change the date. You can just say, oh, this happened actually on the 1st of January, unlock and submit. So anytime you want to change anything, click on the dollar amount. That will bring you to do through this. Now what I'm going to do is go to a matter and post a disbursement. Let's say I added a new disbursement, right? I'm just going to say pay disbursements from here. Let's say it is for fee, right? It is $50, tax exempted. Same here, $50, tax exempted, and I chose CIBC, right? And I put the check number, right? Now, this also will show up in the general account, basically because you marked this as an expense for the client. So when you go into your accounts tab, you're going to see that. And the difference is, this one is a client expense and it'll have the matter that it is associated. Now you cannot edit that by clicking here. It will not allow you to, I mean, sometimes it does, but generally you will not be able to edit it. We generally recommend that you go and edit this in the matter because of two reasons. One, you will also be able to edit the top part, which is what was actually going to invoice for the client, and the bottom part as well. So go to the matter where it told you, click on this edit button, item, and then you can unlock it and then make it, maybe it was $60, or maybe you want to change the date, make it the 1st of January, whatever change you want. So always realize client expenses or matter expenses are done in the matter screen, and office expenses are done in the account screen. Now obviously you need to traverse through that account, the general account where you basically made it, and then you can click on the dollar amount and then change stuff. Sometimes the software may not allow you to do that. I'm going to show you an example. Let's say I'm just going to raise an invoice. Let's say I skip the preview. I'm going to raise an invoice. The minute I raise the invoice, what happens is certain the client expenses that were part of that invoice get locked. So that means the amount get locked. So when I do an edit item, right, the courier cost, do edit item, and I do unlock, it will tell me hey, it's already invoice, you cannot change anything. Now there are a few things you can still change. For that, you obviously need to become admin. Okay, then go back to the matter, click again on the edit button, make item, and when you unlock, notice that you cannot change the top part because that's already invoiced to the client. You cannot change that, but you can change the date. You can say, hey, this was 2nd. Maybe you can add some description why it was done. Right now, the bottom part you can still change. The reason why you can change that is because you're not finished your reconciliation. Now, if you finished your reconciliation, even the bottom part you cannot change. I can change things here, like for example, it was a certified check, not a normal check, right? I can do all that stuff and hit the save button. Now, the minute you reconcile, even the bottom part, restrictions will start showing up. Then you need to unreconcile to actually change. So those are some of the steps that you need to take for editing matter. Now once you've finished everything, please don't forget to click on the admin mode to disable it, because that gives you some superpowers and you don't want to have that.